Hi everyone, in today's video we are going to be building a restaurant in my Summer Town series, so let's get to it.
Yeah, I was down but now I'm up. I was down but now I'm up. Yeah, it's all God, this ain't no love.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Lee and I post every week on this channel. In today's video, we are going to be building a restaurant in my Summer Town series. Now, if you've not watched any of the other episodes, feel free to go watch them in my channel under the tab playlist. There will be a whole playlist just dedicated to the making of this town. We are so close to being finished, so I definitely recommend going and watching all of those. You can binge them if you want. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get to the video. For this restaurant, I really wanted it to be really cute and still have kind of like a sort of fancier feel than the cafe. But as you can see, one of the things that I rammed into so hard, like I was having such a hard time with, was coloring and like the textures. I guess since I've just built a lot of stuff in this town, I'm trying to make something new when I've already kind of gone through a lot of ideas. So right here I'm basically making the cafe, and I realized that after I had put windows on and doors, it was like the exact same thing. So I decided instead of doing that, I was just going to completely redo the whole entire exterior. But I was really trying to work with it and just see if it would work. Also, the front wall, like the biggest wall of the front of the building, was like too big. So I wanted to make that smaller, and I'm glad that I did make the whole entire building a little smaller. That way it would just make the whole building just more condensed and not as like big. So I definitely didn't want that, and I'm glad I decided to change that before I ended up actually decorating it. So I honestly really like how it turned out, and I like that now the grocery store kind of has its own building because I went ahead and put some chairs on one side of it, so now it's kind of like its own building set apart. So I do like that. And honestly, for some reason I've just been doing like greens lately. I don't know what it is. I mean, I like green as a color, but normally like the pastel green, you know? But I went with like this one green. It's on the front of the building, which you saw at the start of the video. And for some reason, I'm really liking that in my builds, and I feel like it fit pretty well with this build. I would have to say I like the exterior a lot more than the interior. Just because I don't know what it is with restaurants, but they're just really hard. And also this wasn't like on just one plot that I could just kind of mess around and like do whatever I wanted. It was more so it wasn't by itself on a plot, so I had to kind of make it around buildings. And I feel like I could have done a little better on the interior if I had a little bit more space, and maybe could have done like some cool windows and stuff like that, but I can really only do windows on the front. The back isn't a very great view, so yeah, that's kind of what I was dealing with. But for the most part, I feel like it turned out pretty decently. For the kitchen, it's so simple. It literally just is able to make food. I am not the greatest at restaurants, I would say, but you know, they're not too bad. Okay, so this is a little sneak peek into my houses that I'm building for this town. I figured that you guys probably aren't going to want to watch a whole entire video on each of these houses, so I'm just going to be doing them for the next 3 weeks, just work them in there, since the next 2 videos are just going to be super simple. I will just work those in, and then at the tour of the town I will show you guys them. Back to the interior of this, I wanted to have like a little like area where like they come in and then they give you your menus, and they come and give you a table. This restaurant, the interior not that great, but I'm not the greatest at interiors on restaurants. I would like to get better at that, so maybe that's something that I can work on. It's just kind of hard to focus on something when you gotta look to the future and be like, okay, I gotta get this done and I gotta do it fast. That way I can get done the rest of this. So honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this town is feeling a little bit rushed right now. It just feels kind of overwhelming and everything like that. But I just want to get it done for the most part. Safe to say I will not be doing a town for a while. Not to say that I don't like to do towns. It's just they need, like, I feel like they need some more preparation and a lot more time to do them. Even though I did prepare myself quite a bit and I feel like I marked everything out and did all that, I feel like there's never going to be enough preparation and enough time for these. I really wish I could have done a little bit of a better job on the interior. Like the blue, I just don't know how I feel about it. It's not the greatest, but it's also not the worst, so it could have been worse. That's basically what I'm saying. And yeah, that's basically it for the interior. I did do one of these like separating walls. I just tried it out and I ended up keeping it just because why not? I mean, it's not that horribly bad, I guess, but I've seen that in restaurants before, so I wanted to do that. I really do hope that in the future I'll be able to do a little bit of a more like professional looking restaurant that kind of actually looks like a restaurant instead of just some tables and chairs put in a room. But in the end, I honestly don't think it looks that bad. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, we are going to do the question of the day, which is, are you back in school? I know it is the start of August, so I would love to know if you guys are back in school or not. I have been doing schoolwork throughout the whole entire summer. It's not like as hard or difficult as normal schoolwork, but it's still schoolwork. But it's just like to keep us fluent with the things that we learned throughout the school year, and honestly it's not that hard, especially when you're homeschooled. But I would love to know if you guys are back in school or if you guys are homeschooled. So that's the question of the day. Make sure to drop it down in the comments. I would love to hear it, and we are going to move on to the tour. This is the exterior. I would say honestly it looks really cute. I tried to change it so that way it didn't look like the cafe, and I feel like I did a pretty decent job. I don't feel like it looks too much like the cafe. However, I don't really know how much I'm loving this logo right here. I don't really know how much I'm loving any of these logos. It's fine. It's fine. It's the best we're gonna do. I don't want to make another one. So this is, we have a little window right here, and then we have, I don't really know what this is called actually, like a little overhang area right here. Yeah. It definitely doesn't impede you from walking up the stairs and walking down them. But that's fine. So we have a little seating area over here with just some like flowers on the table, so you can come and eat outside if you want to. But we have this little entrance area, which honestly I think is really cute. I actually looked at a little picture for the inspiration of the exterior, and I think it looked really good. Okay, so for the interior, it's super straight, simple, everything about that. So we have the little area where like you come in and then they like, you have like a reservation, or they just give you your table and your like menus. These are supposed to be menus. Yeah, and then they have like a little book for like the reservations. I don't know, something like that. We have a little menu here. It's not actually a menu, it's just for decoration. And then we have this little painting and a little bench, so if you're like waiting for a table or something like that, we have that. And then we also have another bench right here. Then over here is the kitchen. Very simple and straightforward. We have a little like bulletin board right here. You can put like the orders on here or something like that. And then we have some ovens, and then we have, oh, I did not color that, okay. And then we have this little area over here. We can like fry some stuff. And then we have like little pots, fridge, and we have two like stovetop areas. And then we have like the drink area where you like dispense it out and they can get their drink. And that's basically it for the kitchen. Super simple. And then over here we have this table, which I just went very simple for the tables also. I didn't want to put like all the forks and placemats and everything like that. And then they have like window view, I guess. And then you can go upstairs, which is the main dining area. So we have a lot of tables up here, and I put this like separator type thing here. I'm really not sure how I feel about it. I know restaurants like have that sort of thing, but I don't know how I feel about it. It's different. Yeah, it's different. And then we have like a little table over here, and yeah, that's basically it for the upstairs. So honestly, I feel like this build I did pretty well on. I really like the exterior, I would say, more than the interior, but for the most part, I would give this like, it looks really good in my opinion. I do like the green. For some reason, I've been gravitating towards green, which is kind of different for me. Normally, I'm gravitating towards like a blue, which, don't get me wrong, I did put blue in here, this build, because I have to. But I think overall the exterior looks really nice, and the interior isn't as great, but it's not too bad. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below if you are back in school now, since it is the first week of August. So comment that down below. I would like to, I'm so sorry if you're back in school. I mean, it has to happen, sadly, but hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, everyone. Have a blessed day.
Yeah, this all God, this ain't no love. Yeah.